Bring it.
Check, check.
All right.
Check. Make it a good day.
Check, double check.
Check, double check, check.
Check, please.
Check, please. Hello. Give the check to Mike. It's on him.
And then after tomorrow, you'll be saying, check, please. All right.
We've been asking that for the last year and a half. Check, please.
All right. So,
Paychecks, that is.
yeah. By the way, I don't like the Republican Party either. So,
Thank you very much.
Thank you. It's all right.
I don't like any parties.
You don't?
Well, except the high school and college ones. Those are fun. But
You're a little old for that, aren't you?
no, I just don't. I don't. I'm not into organized religion. And organized politics. It's not my thing. I've always had like a mind of my own.
It does seem to have its drawbacks at times, doesn't it?
Oh, we know you have a mind of your own.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm sorry, but
Sometimes your mind of your own is out there somewhere.
Troublemaker.
sometimes I like to stir the pot.
Oh, yeah.
So, say it's not so.
I like to troll a little bit.
Troll. Yeah.
But I don't like the whole. I don't like the whole political
Politics
system.
can be ugly. There's
And
no
I,
doubt.
and I know it's necessary, but I don't have to like it.
Right.
I think it's a lot of the side games that are played that drives people nuts
Yeah.
more than anything else.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I think that's what drives a lot of the best people that could be doing it away from
Sure.
all that stuff.
You don't want to
Because
talk
you got
about
a lot of better people that don't want to get involved because of that nonsense.
Mhm.
So
It's a good job, though.
Yeah.
Especially if you're at the state or federal level.
Oh, you can get to the federal
Make
level,
some big
absolutely.
bucks.
Sure.
the feds, yeah.
Be a
State, not
millionaire.
so much.
Be a multi-millionaire in 3 years.
Yeah, all millionaires. So
He already is. So what does
Wow,
he
way
care?
up
locally,
You don't
what
care.
they make-
I mean, state rep.
Nah,
and
you'll
state
end up
rep-
owing them money at the end of
Yeah.
a local thing, right?
State rep, state senators don't make that much
No, they
money
don't.
unless they're getting paid something else that we don't know about.
Well, what do you think?
I'm hoping that's not the case, but most likely it probably is.
So today could be the last hurrah for both Wayne and Rich.
Yes.
Could be.
Could be. I mean, it's not definite.
Don't take anything for granted.
But tonight's the Republican endorsements, right?
Yep.
And for first selectman and selectman, and you guys are running first selectman, respectively.
Correct.
So there are other people that are running or seeking endorsement,
That's
I
correct.
should say.
Yep.
Paul Ash is not seeking endorsement.
Yeah, he's,
I wonder
neutral.
if
He's stuck in neutral.
a goldfish.
He used to run with George Washington, for God's sake.
That's right.
They did run once.
Yeah, Paul's
Zoning board.
Paul's been nominated, or he'll be running. Well, actually, he was simply just appointed to vice president in charge of all car battery installations at the town garage.
I do. Need a car battery.
See, well, you can authorize it since you're the new vice president. So now, Rich, this is your first shot, isn't it, at any kind of public office?
Yeah.
What made you do it? I think you're nuts.
Well, we're all nuts, right? I got approached several years ago, and when I was still an independent, and it was by the Democratic Party willing to cross-endorse me to run for first selectman at the time. And I didn't know enough about politics to like entertain that. As a matter of fact, I had just worked my first, it was the borough vote.
Yeah.
And I was the parking lot guy. I mean, so that shows where I was on the totem pole of life with that, right? Yeah. But
but next year you're president. I mean, that's
something
grizzled
like that,
for you.
And, go through and through and through, and learn more and more and more, and get more involved, and start spreading it out a little bit and looking at things. Especially being retired, as Wayne knows, you got more time to pay attention to stuff and look into things, and I think we can do better. I mean, so you know what, I got to give it a shot.
So yeah, a friend of mine said to me a few years ago now, he said, if you're going to run, what are you going to do better than the current administration? What do you bring that's better? What can you do better?
I hope a different look on things. as far as fiscal accountabilities and seeking. God knows we need economic development. I mean, we need commercial development. We got to bring in something that's going to bring in taxes to this town to lower the burden on every person that lives in this town. I mean, you just can't keep taxing everybody till they move away. I mean, that's what's going to happen.
Wayne, what about you? Again, I mean, you're seeking endorsement of the Republican Party for. I know this is turning into more like an interview kind of thing, but it's really not. But I'm just like, what?
Looking for opinions.
Yeah, I mean, Tina is our current first select woman.
Oh yeah.
Many folks said, will tell you that she's done a great job. What are you gonna say that you're gonna do better? What is it that now these aren't questions that have been practiced. They had no idea I was gonna ask them anything. No. So
it depends.
But I'm skeptical because it's like you have, I mean, like I said, it's like I toyed around with, I'm going to run one day, right? And I never was. But this person said to me, what can you do better than if you have some stuff that you can do better than run? Or you can do a better job. If not, then you're just running out of spite.
No, it's
No. I'm not saying you.
Yeah, right.
I'm saying this is what I was.
Yeah, so you run because you think you have some different ideas how to manage things, how to be more open about new ideas and things like that. And I have nothing personal against Tina. It just I've been on a couple committees. I've seen some discussions. I disagree with some of the paths we've taken, and I think there's other ways to go about it and to be open to new ideas. I think we're stuck in a bit of a rut because we can't get out of our own way with the way we're thinking that we're going. We just keep. All I hear is we've never had to do that before in the last year and a half. Whereas, doing different things differently. So a lot of people don't like change. That's a normal human condition. People don't like change, but you got to get outside of that to move the town forward. And that's what everybody says. We're going to move the town forward. I don't think we've really moved it that forward. The people say the communications have been better. I don't think the communications have been all that, much better. But some people disagree with that.
Okay, but what are you going to do that's better? That's the point. That was the question.
Well, there's things that are going on. Too many executive sessions that don't need to be executive sessions, discussions. They hide behind the curtain of using the executive session term, saying it's for this, it's for that. And I think there's some discussions that could be out in public, right? I think I know for a fact that there's been not enough engagement with a lot of the committees. There's been some stuff stuck in the mud because we haven't had discussions with some of the committees, either personally with the chairs or with the committees themselves to try to move them along. I've seen too many meetings where things have been tabled constantly. People aren't ready to talk about things, and nothing gets done. And I'm one person that doesn't like to go to a lot of committee meetings and sit there and see nothing get done. You do things to try and improve the town, and you're not getting any help to move it along.
Okay.
So that's one of the things that I think that I would be trying to improve upon. I know Rich is interested in doing that also.
And I know that the other thing too that we've discussed is all these special meetings that they have that are 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock during the day. People are working. People can't go. Maybe they have interest in knowing what's going on, but they're not going to be able to be there to speak and express their opinions. I mean, look at the selectmen's agenda for tomorrow. There's approval for 6 special meetings and 1 regular meeting. That's absurd. I don't know. We never saw that before.
Yep.
So, I mean, I don't want to get into a slash session.
Of course not. It's just,
I just wanted to know what you would do better, what you feel that you could do better. Paul, what do you feel like you could do better?
I can do better?
Yes.
Stay away from his shit.
Paul Lash wins the internet today.
So the bottom line to all of that is, listen, what can you do better? Hold all those meetings at a time when people can attend.
But are those backbreakers? Are those backbreakers really? I mean, when it comes down
some people,
to it.
Listen, you follow Facebook. You know what goes on.
Yeah.
A lot of people complain.
But here we are. Now, I'm really playing devil's advocate, okay?
No, of course not.
All right. I mean, I'm a member of the Republican Party. last week it was Squeak that I said that I hate the Democratic Party. I hate the Republican Party too, equally. I hate them both because I just don't like
you hate the
organized.
party, not the people.
I don't hate the people,
Yeah.
of course not. There's a couple of people I don't like, but I mean,
I know.
a couple of people don't like me.
Oh, you hate
Surprise,
organized
huh?
politics. That's all.
No, that's just it. But like for example, Dawn Matos just says transparency is a must. That's a good start. From a show host standpoint, I gotta say, I think Tina has been pretty transparent as far as coming on here. I mean, she's also made sure that all of the Board of Selectmen meetings have been streamed, right? I think, isn't that a part of transparency? I don't know personally, and tell me why I am wrong, why the special meetings really get you, because I don't know if that's a real deal breaker or
what
a
have they
real
So what have they discussed during the streaming meetings of the Board of Selectmen?
anything
Have
that's
they
on
talked
the
anything
agenda.
about? They really haven't talked much about the infrastructure.
Okay,
project.
so then
That's
what?
during the special meetings.
So then why don't we stream every meeting? You know what I'm saying?
They all should be. All of
Right.
them. Not just selectmen. All of them should be
Right.
streamed. Every one of them.
Because that's important. People want to know what projects are going on, what's going on with
Mhm.
the money that they voted for, right?
So and I get that, and I think the people that are upset about it are the small few that are involved. We have how many people in this town? 11 grand?
12,000.
11 to 12,000.
12,000.
Right.
Yeah.
How many people go to meetings?
6.
Right. How many people? Now, I'm not
And
saying.
it's always the same 6 too, by the
Right.
way. Yeah.
Shout out to Dave View and his iPad.
2 minutes. 2 minutes.
But I lost my train of thought. Damn it, Dave. If you have
How many people go to meetings?
people go to meetings, right? How many views do they actually get
I don't know.
on the meetings themselves off of YouTube?
I couldn't tell you.
Maybe
I don't watch
50?
it because usually we're at the meetings, so there's no need to go watch.
You know,
the
there are
stream.
some that are maybe hit 100 or maybe even 200, but below that. Now, does that mean that there's less transparency because people aren't engaging? So at that point, and this is what I want to ask you. Let's say that you still have people. Let's say you guys are on the administration. I don't know what's going on. And then you look and say, oh, and you don't say this to the constituent, but you say, oh, there's 72 views on the last Board of Selectmen meeting. Did you watch the meeting?
Some people, a lot of people don't even know they have the ability to do that.
Okay, well, then maybe they need to open their eyes.
Maybe there's people that go on there and click on that thing and look at it. Yeah, I got no interest in this, and they go away. But
Right.
it showed up as a view.
Exactly. So that makes it even less.
Right.
Yeah.
Of course.
So is that less transparency? Paul, is that less transparency because there are, say, there's minimal engagement on town streams?
No, because you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink.
Right.
And that's pretty much what these things are.
Mhm.
They're there for you to look
Right.
at, but nobody
Either
watches.
you care or you don't.
So, I mean, I used to go to a lot of these meetings just to see what was going on, and
Yeah.
I stopped because I felt that as a committee chair, something got slammed down my throat, and I said, "Screw that, I'm done." And I refused to go back to any more meetings. I'll leave it at that.
But do you watch the streams at all?
I do.
Yeah.
I'll watch them after the fact.
Oh yeah.
And some cases, sometimes they just tick you off.
Yeah.
And I don't.
So I will do the same thing. I will a lot of times forget there's a Board of Selectmen meeting,
but
right?
that pops up.
And then it pops up, and then I will watch it.
Yeah.
But that just gets put into the view category, of
Yeah.
how many views that
Yeah.
it got.
Yeah.
The admin of the YouTube page can see how many views there are, how many 3-minute views there are, how many less than 3-second views there are.
Yep.
You can see all that. You can see all that data. But I guess the question is, are you being less transparent, or is that because
That's not really the whole definition of transparency.
No.
It's what you're talking about at the meetings
Yep.
too.
Yep.
It's what you're bringing up. It's what is going on.
Telling the whole story.
Telling the whole story. Really saying, like, and also, there was a couple opportunities there that, even on this show, that we were accused of something. That wasn't the case. Right?
Sure.
And people didn't even know what they were accusing us of. Right.
Yeah.
So it was like, so why don't you
But that
watch
was
the show
but that
and
was
find out
one
what we're
person.
talking about?
That was one person.
There was something else that happened after that, right? That was another opportunity.
Which one are we talking about?
EDC.
Yep.
Oh no, but still, it was one person.
know.
It was one person on the board that really, had a problem with it.
Well,
It wasn't the other
Let's
two.
talk about the true or false game, right? I mean, that had nothing to do with the EDC.
Right, and I basically let him have it.
Yeah. Oh, I know. But see, there you go, right?
So
True.
Before you go in public,
funny,
and this
though.
is all being streamed, right? People need to understand that you need to know what you're talking about before you accuse somebody
What happened?
of something.
I think the thing that bothers me the most is what I see a lot of
Let's get you some new batteries
is kicking the can down the road.
Yeah.
I think that they kick the can down the road or something. It's for some reason they don't want to discuss it. It's moved to the next meeting. It's moved to the next meeting. How many times have you listened to that thing? And we'll table it. We'll table it. And the information is they got the information, but I don't know whether anybody looks at it prior to the meeting. I don't know.
Have you ever tabled anything?
Pardon?
See how bright that is now.
Oh yeah.
Have you ever tabled anything?
Yes.
Yeah, why? But I think they table a lot of stuff. What do you think? I mean,
There's reasons to table, and then there's reasons to table.
yeah.
It's not a reason to table if you haven't talked to your committee that's working for you to discuss an ordinance change, and you've got questions, but you won't send the questions to the chair, and this went on for several months, and then or not even meet with them. That's what we're here for, to work with the boards and the committees to work through issues to make things move along and not just sit there. And then all of a sudden, since nothing's happened for 3 or 4 months, you decided just to kick it to the curb and keep it the way it is.
Yeah.
But that's not doing good business. That's not good management in my mind. And that's where I think, the difference between us and the board that's in place is be more proactive and to get things moving along.
Attend those after-hour meetings. You should. I mean, because you're supposed to, like you said, you're supposed to work with those boards and committees, and it's rare. It's only if there's a problem do you ever see them at one of those meetings, and they should go to all of them.
They don't.
I know they don't. I understand that, but they should.
If I remember right, from health and safety, we've never had nobody from.
How can you sit there and say your committee's doing well if you don't have a clue? Because listen, nobody reports back to them, so that
I gotta say the report back.
Well,
to
they
us
get
and
the
tell us you
minutes,
can't do
but
this and you can't do
the
that.
minutes are one thing, but they're subject to interpretation sometimes. I mean, they're not word for word everything that took place. So, but they should attend. The selectmen should attend every meeting after hours.
Should the first selectman attend every meeting, or should there be a representative from the board at every meeting?
Should be at least one of them, I think.
So we're representative.
Start with the first selectman. I mean,
Well, that's what delegation's all about, right?
well, this
So you
is
share
true.
the wealth,
Right.
But when I was first running 2 years ago, I looked up, what the responsibilities of first selectman was, and that was pretty much to work with all the committees of all the towns, commissions and committees of all the towns.
So does that mean go to the meetings, or does that mean to hold a once a month powwow with the committee chairs?
You could do that, right?
So
You know what I mean? If you read that, to me, I'm going to get 3 or 4 different definitions for that.
Hmm.
Well,
You know what I mean? Like, what does that mean? Does it mean you go to every meeting? Because to me, if I was first selectman, which I am not, nor do I ever plan on ever running for such a crazy, crazy position.
Vote for Mike.
No. Although I did get a write-in in the borough. It was from my friend Lisa Coe. I had no idea, but she did tell me. But if if I ever did that, one thing that I would not do personally is I would not go to every meeting. I wouldn't micromanage like that. To me, that's
You
micromanaging.
don't have to. Just go to be informed.
Well, that's what I mean. I think it would probably, even if there was a once a month Zoom thing,
Yeah.
I
hate Zoom.
well, you can, but it's, I mean, use technology to your benefit, if you can't, because you're looking to get information, you're not looking to hug people,
Well, I
right?
understand
You're not
that,
chasing the
but,
hug. You want to just talk to people.
So during the last 2 years, we talked to the first selectman in Plainfield. We talked to the first selectman in Lisbon. I went and visited them both, asked them how they do business, asked them how they manage their town. And, in Plainfield, we asked, they hired a new person to be an economic development director, and how's that working out? Found out that they're doing really well, and it helps a lot with the grants and helps a lot with
Sure.
bringing
Yes.
business in and developers and things like that,
Mhm.
which is why we've been trying to get that going around, for the last year or so.
Mhm.
Thought we
We've kind of been like a pest
had it
about
going too.
Kind of like been a pest about it. But and then we talked to Mr. Sparkman down in Lisbon, and he'll tell you, he comes in the morning, he'll work till lunchtime or something like that, and then comes back at night, and he works with all the commissions and committees, sees what's going on, see if they need any help or whatever like
and
that.
He is their grant writer.
Right?
Yeah.
And he writes a lot of the grants.
You also have to take in consideration the size of Lisbon.
True.
And how many residents are there. It's a totally different position. I don't think you can. I mean, Paul, do you think you could? It's not apples to apples, eh? No.
Yes, can't. Small.
Yeah. I don't.
It's
I mean,
mostly residential, too. There's not really a lot
Yeah.
of commercial there at all. if anything.
well, look at Lisbon Landing. I mean,
That's it.
there's a lot there. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know.
So
There's
It's-
always room for improvement.
So I will tell
Always.
you, I've been doing the food drive with Tina for the last year and a half. I saw her Thursday, and I said, "Hey, I heard you're running again. You're endorsed." She said, "Yes, I am." And I shook her hand. I said, "Good luck. If I get endorsed, we'll be at it again." So there's no personal, issues here. It's all about how she's managing the town and how I would manage the town. It's just those
Yeah,
differences.
yeah.
That's it.
Mary Beth, somebody I think Wayne.
Do I?
I,
Probably not when I get
Does
home
anybody
now.
really know Mary Beth? Does anybody really know?
Yeah, I think after 41 years, I do.
Okay. She goes, as the Board of Education chair, I am the ex-official, and I attend all of our subcommittee meetings. After each subcommittee meeting, the chair of that subcommittee reports back to the BOE at the next regular meeting. Yeah, to me, I don't know if I would need to go to every meeting. I would listen to the tapes or whatever, but maybe that makes me bad.
Well, it's either that,
for
or,
that,
or
but
you
I
meet
just-
with the chairs.
Does it
a
hurt
couple
to,
times a year just to see what's going on, what help they need.
Does it hurt to go in case
Are we
somebody's
on
got
the
a
same
question? You
page?
don't have to wait a day or two to ask that question and get an answer.
I think
I mean, depending on what it is, obviously, but I don't know. It just to me, it looks better.
I think and this is probably why I'll never run, is that I don't want to give up all my life. You know what I mean? Because to me, I'll feel like I'll be giving up everything just to go to meetings, and I think I would go nuts.
There you go.
No, that's me.
Yeah, it's
I'm
a
not
tough-
saying
it's-
that's you or anybody
So,
else.
It's a decision that's in the back of your mind that you got to think about.
Well,
It's a
you know,
commitment
that all
for 2
comes
years.
that all comes back to if you're the first selectman and you're the guy that wants to go but can't go,
Yeah.
then you've got to delegate one of your other selectmen to go. I mean, it's not all about one person. You got right now you'll have 3 people there that can handle that. I don't know. I just looks better to me.
So we're talking about the possibility, of the
Got way off track.
Yeah, the Republican nominations are tonight, and for first selectman, Wayne Malin is put in a letter of intent for first selectman Wayne. Rich Canova put in for selectman. Paul put in no letter for no consideration
Hold up
whatsoever.
a sign saying "Stay away."
He doesn't want to be considered for anything.
Nope. Not a,
As do I. Nothing.
not a damn thing.
We'll just make steaks. We'll
Yeah,
just
there you go.
that's it.
The one
Well
good
done.
thing. One good thing is, if these guys ever win, we can always pick on them.
Oh, and we will.
Yes, we can. We can always bust their ass while we're talking here.
So if they get nominations or if they get endorsed,
yeah,
then the reason why it's today's possibly the last, and that's what it is. Unfortunately, I can't, in my right mind, keep them on our panel on an everyday basis or every other day or anything like that, because it certainly would not
be fair to the other
be fair to
candidates.
the other candidate as
Yeah.
well, or
Correct.
candidates.
Yep.
So we're gonna talk a couple other things in a minute when it comes to, as far as the election is concerned and the endorsements, and we will be back in a minute right here on SNSN.
Today's program is being brought to you by the Burns Agency in Dayville and Norwich. Home, auto, life insurance, all from a family-owned agency since 1932. Call 860-774-8549 or find them on the web at burnsagency.com and find out why you'll buy better at Burns. The Burns Agency, a Hub International company. Strain Family Motors on Route 12, Lisbon. Quality used cars like the SNSN Strain Family Motors Mobile that you will see at all SNSN sports events. Oil changes, remote car starters, all available and more in their service department. And if you really want to turn up the excitement, rent a Polaris Slingshot for the day and live it up. All available at Strain Family Motors, Route 12 in Lisbon.
All right, we're back. That's why I said what I said.
Yep.
We're talking about the nominations or the endorsements, from the Republican town committee. Now, the Democrats have already endorsed who they're going to endorse. That was last week. So it was Tina Falk. She's endorsed as first selectman once again. She is an independent, but the Democrats have gone ahead and endorsed her. Matt Danieluk, a resident of Griswold, has thrown his hat and got the endorsement of the Democratic Party for selectmen. And there's some other, Kim Nielsen, and a few others that that are new names, which I think are, I think it's excellent because you have more people that are getting involved where they never were involved, and otherwise you'd hear the same names over and over again, like back in the day when Paul Brickey,
Oh God.
right, who ran against Paul. Well, pretty much nobody. And he was just the first selectman for a decade
Go
or
back before
two.
him, how long was Don Burdick in there? Right.
Don Burdick, right, or even Phil Anthony.
Yeah.
He was in for a few terms. Pretty much unopposed, and they really didn't have. They had the same people over and over again, and it was just like, well, what do we need to change? Because nobody knew. Why? Because there was no transparency. Why? Because there was no internet. Why? Because there was nothing streamed.
Yep.
Now people question a lot more than they did 20 years ago, 30 years ago, 40 years ago. And I think this is why you see new people coming in. And I think this is also why you see more people talking, because there's more of a challenge, to get out there, because people want to hold everybody accountable.
Well, I think a lot of it is when I was door knocking, the biggest thing that people were complaining about were taxes. That was the big thing, tax increases. What are we doing to alleviate the tax increases, which is what economic development is supposed to be aiming at?
I don't think anybody cares about anything in this town except for taxes. I don't think, and I'm sorry, Paul, I don't think they give a crap about public health and safety. That commission, I don't think they give a crap out of.
He's the chair, not me.
Well, okay, public health and safety. I'm on the rec board. They don't look at us. They look. It's all Ryan Oppen. You know, they don't even know we even exist. Board of Finance, nobody really cares who they are or what they are, as long as they're all worried about the taxes. And that's it. Everything else, I think, could shrivel up.
True.
But
No, well, so we had our booth out during Heroes Day last year, and we had our banner up, and there were people that even walked up and said, "You know, we had a public health and safety committee." So, you know, there's people don't even know we have an ethics commission or an ordinance committee or, you know, half a dozen of the other committees that we have, right? But
because what's the
people-
only question people ask?
Yeah.
Are our taxes going up?
Mhm.
Do we have any businesses coming to town? That's it. You know, nobody's. Not too many people are asking about the Rickstown Cemetery committee.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
they're all dead. They don't
They meet
care.
like what, twice a year?
If that.
Yeah.
Yep. So, and you're right in that aspect, but people have to understand there's a lot of people that volunteer to fill those committees and those commissions. So
I'm not. That doesn't make it useful.
no, well, I think it can be useful. It should be more useful.
But is it?
But, you know, you can ask Paul, you know, it's been several times that people have been thinking of resigning because, you know, nothing's moving along. They don't want to show up at meetings every month and nothing's happening. Nothing's
Right.
changing. Nothing.
Yep.
They feel like they're getting nothing done. They're just showing up for
Ask
coffee.
Paul.
And donuts.
I've said to him a bunch of times,
Yeah.
just dissolve that thing. It's not
Well-
doing anything.
I think we did a lot of stuff over the past few years as far as health and safety
Okay.
goes. Lately, over the last couple of years, we haven't been able to do anything because our hands have been tied. But I think we did a lot, especially during COVID, things like that. I used to put together a list of all of our accomplishments we did over the years, and it would be this friggin' on things that we did.
But tell me one thing that the public health and safety has done that's made a difference.
We have put together a health and safety committee in the town hall, which they have dissolved many, many years ago. Because let's face it, you're a town building, you should have a health and safety committee to have people bring any concerns they have. We did an inspection of the damn town hall.
Yeah, and
we
what
did.
happened? Oh, thanks.
No, we found a lot of stuff that they had to
Okay.
fix.
What happened? Did they fix it?
Yes, they did.
Okay.
So,
See, when I think public health and safety, I'm not thinking, oh boy, I wonder if the town hall's safe to walk in. I'm talking about the town. I'm thinking about what's going on. So I guess my question is what, let me rephrase the question. What has public health and safety done to make it safer for the residents of the town of Griswold? What have they done?
we have tried to do some things.
What have they done? Not tried. What are you
We
doing?
did. We coordinated and ran a fire drill at the youth center.
Are you mad
Youth
at me?
center, You
What does
know,
that tell you?
I don't. Oh, your hands are tied. Just say it then.
well, we've done some things, not as much as we'd like. We did work with Ryan. We had a fire drill down at the rec center last year, which they hadn't had one for a while, and to make sure their fire alarm system works and people can get out in a certain amount of
But
time.
shouldn't that be the fire department that does those?
The
that
fire
arranges
marshal
those?
should be doing that. That's correct.
Okay.
And
So,
So-
when you were working, did you have a safety committee down there?
yes,
We did too, where I worked, and we met monthly.
Yep.
And there was always a list of things. There was always listen. We went out and we checked our own buildings. We didn't wait for the fire marshal. We didn't do anything. I mean, as far as the safety goes, that public health and safety committee should be treated the same way. That okay, next month we're going to go do a safety inspection at the youth center, and it's the public health and safety people that go do it. So you're not relying on somebody else for months and months and months, and it never gets done. I mean, that's how safety committee should work.
Yeah.
Yep.
We had one at work. I mean, just walking around looking at people's desks. If somebody had a lot of stuff on their desk, they'd make them clean it up because it was a health
Yeah.
issue. When we did the one at the town hall, we found first aid kits that were half empty.
Right.
They didn't refill them. I mean,
Oh yeah, there
What
was
if
a
you- what if you-
responsibility.
Again, we're
Check.
talking about town hall again. I'm
but
talking
it's
about
still the town.
Everything should be everything the town owns.
Yeah. We did look at the
public health and
Look
safety
at the
to me.
AEDs.
Okay.
We got the AEDs in a couple of the
Mhm.
buildings.
Now there you go. That's what I'm talking about.
So we
That
did
you know
that.
what I mean?
And we have to
Now you got
sign
the
stuff
bleed
on it.
kits
right?
in there. You know,
Yeah,
things have
we got
changed.
the bleed kits.
Right.
Cheryl says provided a CPR training.
We did.
Yep. Yep.
Okay.
Right. So
I mean, we wanted to do.
Do people know this?
Yeah, we wanted to do.
Well, there was plenty of people there for that.
the
CPR
shooter
training.
training.
Plenty of people.
We wanted to have people do the shooter training,
Mhm.
and of course our hands got tied, saying they didn't want us to go overboard and do
Oh,
it. So
That word shooting,
eventually,
right?
that hopefully we'll be able to do that.
well,
type
we're
of
still working through that.
So, but there were a lot of things that we've done, but right now we can't do too much at all because.
Well, that is the question. You know, that's why I ask. You know, what have you guys done? You know, what
I would
is
say this year we probably, other than training, nothing.
well, training is part of safety,
We
right?
have done some training this year.
Okay.
I think
know,
stop
we-
the bleed training was one
We
of the big
manned
ones.
manned a booth at the Utopia there, which unfortunately the weather was awful,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
and that was short lived. But you know, try to get the awareness out there that we're here. We got information. We got information from Miranda, who's part of the Griswold Pride. We're handing that out.
Mhm.
So we're working with the River Church. Did a presentation with them to
Possibly
maybe
become a
warming
Warming center.
Yeah. So we'll hear back from them after their September meeting with their leadership, and hopefully that moves forward. And we kept in touch with the first selectman on that as an option going forward. So we're doing things, but do people know about it? I mean, if they come to the meetings, they'll know about it. I mean, we don't stream those meetings, and we've tried to get into that process, but.
what's stopping each committee from going ahead and creating a Facebook page and sitting there and then putting a freaking iPhone on a little stand and streaming it? There's nothing. That's the easiest thing you guys could do. You know what I mean? I mean, first selectman meetings are different. They have the owl. Same thing with
No, you're right. we
but-
do have a Facebook page.
I mean, there is no reason why you can't get you can get a one of those selfie sticks with a tripod stand on it. It costs you $20, and put an iPhone on it, go to your page, hit live video and go. And people could hear you. Why not?
That's
that's
good input, Mike.
why don't you have
That's
the
the first intelligent thing you said this morning.
I'm telling you,
probably all year.
vote for Mike, man. I'm telling you,
All
vote
year.
for Mike.
But seriously, I think that's could be very, very important.
I mean,
You know?
our health.
Why can't the owl be just in there for every meeting?
I've been down that road.
Well, who owns it?
The town hall, but
It's a lonely bird
it's
or only bird.
it's,
It's just by
it's
itself.
trying to get
Not-
access on the format that
password, right?
was they didn't want that many people to have that access, so they just wanted to have the Board of Finance and the Board of
Wait a
Selectmen
minute.
on
True.
there.
True.
Okay,
That was true.
so let me ask you a question. Even down the old where the state police were renting over in the Wedgwood Mill,
Yep.
right? So apparently there were too many people that had actually access to the building or to that office. And then there were people that weren't even troopers anymore, but they still had a key. They weren't supposed to. So what do you think they did? They changed the locks.
Yeah.
So what do you do with this? The
Change the
owl.
access.
You change the password.
Yep.
It's not that hard.
Well, they were all supposed to get away from the owl. They were supposed to stick a system in the town hall.
When I put a
meeting
new
room.
manager into a Radio Shack back in the day,
Yeah.
what do you think I did? Change the locks. Change the locks. Even if one got moved to a larger store on a promotion, still change the locks. Why? Because they have no business having a key to that store anymore.
Oh, well.
I mean, I'm not sitting here trying to, being an all-knowing, all-seeing, because I'm not. But once in a while, but I think maybe they should have more input like that from people. You think people are afraid to put their input in?
I think people are just shy of the camera somewhat.
You don't
Can I
even
get
know
some
it's
of it?
there.
No, you don't. But I think some people are, don't like to be recorded or whatever like that. And that's,
Tough shit.
I know when you get in public office, you gotta, it's something you gotta deal with.
You walk down the street, you're being recorded. You walk into
Oh,
any
God.
supermarket, walk into any department store, you're being recorded.
Sure.
Yeah.
You just don't know it. That's all.
Anything you do, anybody can record you.
Yeah.
Do this. So, just like that couple last week.
Yeah.
What
Boy, that's gone. That's
The
blown up.
Coldplay thing.
The
Oh,
Coldplay
yeah.
thing,
Yeah.
I was like, that's
Oh,
turned
yeah.
into a. Matter of
That,
fact, I got a clip on Facebook there about a Phillies game, and you guys know
The Phillies fanatic. I saw that, yeah.
thing did it with his partner or whatever, and they mocked the whole thing. It was hilarious.
Oh, it's all over the place. That's crazy.
Did you? I did one actually.
Yeah, you did the Coldplay one.
Yeah, you saw it. Did you? Here, I'll show you. Hold on. You're gonna go out with your friends tonight.
I saw that.
Maybe.
Do you mind if I go to the Coldplay concert? So I did well. I just, but I caught Melissa off guard on that one. That's why she actually started laughing. Because if she knows what's coming, she'll just go roll her eyes.
Yeah, she should have done this.
Yeah.
I don't know. She's very quirky on certain things, and I told her, I said, you'd be a perfect YouTube series. And she goes, oh, and I said, yeah, we're just gonna call it That's Melissa. I think it would be perfect. Some of the stuff that I put in is just hilarious.
I wonder if you tried to do that with your Facebook page. I mean, I know there was a lot of kickback when.
Are we out?
Oh, I don't know yet. There was a lot of kickback. If you remember a few years back when one of the ROBs was using the Griswold Town seal on a Facebook page, and was told, yeah, you can't do that, blah 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 blah, whatever. But I wonder if you did a Facebook page and streamed a meeting, if you would get kickback from
Who's going to stop you?
whatever administration's in there. Doesn't
Who's gonna
matter.
stop you?
You get
They're
off
not
it.
taking you to court. It's not worth the money.
No, I understand. that.
No, but you get, you at least you go to the board of selectmen and you say, hey, can we utilize, this town seal on our Facebook page
Because
for public
originally-
health and safety? Because public health and safety is part of the town of Griswold.
Originally, there was
And
some
you probably
talk
even
about,
put the Facebook page on your website for the town of
Wayne.
about being able to.
I could
record-
walk in that town hall with my iPad
Sure.
or my iPhone
Sure.
and hit record and just put it on that seal. And have the audio, from you guys or whoever's on the board and just leave it on the seal. What do you think they're doing? Nothing. They're not doing anything. So there's the answer to your question.
But there was talk back of possibly using some ARPA money to do the recording and broadcasting of meetings from that room. That's not on the ARPA list anymore. So I highly doubt, and I heard the numbers were quite expensive to do that to that room, to go in there and set it up so it will record and broadcast every meeting that takes place.
And
in
any
there.
committee can use it. Be a lot easier
Exactly.
than trying to use the owl.
But it's all about the money at this point.
It's the problem, I think, part of using the owl is we have a lot of people that aren't familiar with the technology.
Then
right?
don't
And
use
how
the
to set
owl.
it up, and they're not familiar with this technology either.
Right?
Use one of those.
So it's
There's options, right?
There's plenty of options. I don't understand. I don't even understand. I don't know who the hell you guys are talking to, about this stuff. But it is not that hard. It is not that difficult. It is not that expensive. I don't know what the problem is. I sit there and it's like, why hasn't anybody even asked me about this? I was like, okay. I don't care. I'm just saying. I guffaw because I I, 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 I haven't used that word in a long time.
I haven't heard that word in a long time. I haven't heard that word in a long time. I haven't heard that word in a long time. I haven't heard that word in a long time.
But why?
'Cause it's
They went to a computer guy to learn how to do a stream.
I know.
Does any of that make sense? Seriously, if it makes sense, tell me. Then tell me if I'm.
It makes sense with the technology that we have
Hey,
nowadays.
some
but-
people.
No,
people
what
don't
I'm saying.
know.
Am I just like sour milk here or sour grapes or?
It would make it more convenient, that's for sure.
Sure.
I mean, I have no reason to go in there and just tape or record the seal for no reason,
Yeah.
other than just to be a jerk.
In the
but-
background conversation, right?
Yeah, it's not. There's nothing relevant really about that, but I'm just saying you can do it. You could go in there, stand on your head, and record.
Well, yeah, because remember there was that group that went around and walked into the town hall down here. Yeah, they were from out of town. They recorded.
Yeah, I mean, and they do it for clicks. They do it for
sure.
social media. They're
Yeah.
hype and stuff.
They tried to kick them
There's
out.
another
They
run of
couldn't.
that going on now with people going around with their phones doing the recordings.
Wha-
They're targeting the police. Like
Yeah.
get out of my face crap. And look at the guy that state police sergeant down in Groton, I think. That there was a video the other day. A guy went up and knocked on his door, and the guy came out and he was like ballistic about it. He says, "You got to get off my property." He says, "Why? Your property's not posted." He says, "I'm a news journalist." He says, "I'm here to do whatever he wanted to do." I don't know, but the guy like backwalked him out of the property, and he ended up getting arrested for breach of peace because I don't know what he did. So I watched the whole video. It was stupid, but people are doing that, and listen, they're not getting arrested for voyeurism or anything like that. So yeah, you can do what you want.
As long as your camera's not pointed at somebody's window,
Right. Yeah, you
You know,
can't breach
you're
their
pretty-
privacy, right?
right? But that day that you were talking about, they had resident trooper Trooper Martin. They called him down there, and he went down there and just said, "Hey, what you guys doing? We're just filming some stuff." Okay.
Yeah, they couldn't do nothing.
And then took the town clerk aside and said, "Yeah, there's nothing you can do." I mean, and then John just said, "All right, have a good day, guys," and left. John's very good. John's very good. He picks his battles. He's a smart cop. So, anywho, good luck, guys.
Anywho,
Thank you.
thank you.
So, we should mention too who else is running or seeking endorsement. One of them is Martin McKinney,
Yep.
The
who's
first selectman.
for first is and
selectman.
selectman.
Yep,
Okay, so either way, he's in the running, right?
could be.
Could be.
He's part of the discussion. Yep.
Yep. And lo and behold, out of the ashes, all of a sudden, Dana Bennett's back,
True.
and I didn't see that coming.
True.
But Dana Bennett is also
Yeah, we didn't see that
seeking.
coming until about 2:00 yesterday.
Yeah, so Dana Bennett is all former first selectman in the town of Griswold, seeking re-election or endorsement for re-election.
Yeah,
So,
we got a lot of people running for all the boards, and
Is there
that stuff
any
too.
new people running at any other? I mean, we got the finance board and the school board, right?
Finance, Board of Education.
Are there any new
Planning and
people?
zoning.
Any
Yes.
New people? You know?
Yes.
you said
Yeah.
yes. So who?
Yeah.
You can't mention it or no?
Why can't you mention
Sure
it?
you
It's
can.
public.
Yeah, sure you can.
You got
I think
Matt.
Backwoods.
Backowitz, yeah. Matt Backowitz.
Who?
He's running
Board
for
of
Board of
Finance.
Finance.
New guy.
He's got a finance background. He just joined the RTC.
Backowitz?
Yes.
Never even heard
He's
of him.
been involved in the meetings
Yeah, he grew up in town.
last several months. Yep. He let's see, we got
Don DeRozier.
Don. Yeah, Don DeRozier, who's on the Board of Education now as a replacement for Marty Oscar, who resigned.
Oh, I know who he is.
Who
Yeah. He
resigned.
comes. He's come to
Yeah.
he's from Worcester. He just moved down this way.
Yes.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep,
Yes.
yep. He's a administrator, I believe, up in Worcester.
Worcester.
And so he's going to be running again.
He comes to our rec meetings.
And then, of course, Kathy Waslick is running for a Board of Education seat.
Mm-hmm.
My wife
She was on it anyway, right?
is running on for Board of Ed. It's her turn to run again. It's been
Oh, it
4
is.
years.
It is Mary Beth's turn
Yeah.
again. Okay.
What else we got going? It's a long list.
Let's see.
Got the whole list.
That's Jim Barney out there just
Jim-
as
Jim
we are
Barney.
leaving.
Hey, Jim Barney.
Jim Barney's running for president of history.
Board of Finance.
It's all right. We're ending it anyway. All right, guys. Thank you very much. Good luck tonight.
Yeah, thank you.
We will no show tomorrow because I've got to go to Hartford with my dad.
Oh.
So we won't be back till Thursday. But it
luck
won't
with
affect you.
Good
I
luck.
know, right?
I personally cannot do Thursday. I have an appointment at 10.
That'd be me and Jim.
Slacker.
Yeah,
We can do it.
Yeah, Kathy
Screw
might
these
be able-
guys. We
Kathy
don't
might
need
be able
them.
to come in. Who knows?
I can't do Thursday.
Oh, also Mary Beth just said Tom Pulaski, Board of Finance.
Yeah, I just.
Yep.
Yeah. There's a few others.
All right.
P's
Good luck,
and
guys.
D's.
We will see you another day. Probably Thursday with Jim.
On the other side of the rainbow, maybe. You never know.
We'll see.